Hi guys, it's Andy from mcfcfantv and welcome to a Wednesday night social, which is a weird one. Never done a Wednesday night one before. Done obviously a Saturday one, a Friday one as usual, but maybe even a Sunday one, but never a Wednesday night social. Well, sorry it's a bit late. I had to wait for those games to finally finish, which was a bit late. I expect them to finish by about 10 to 10. But they ran on until 10:05. Then I was waiting to upload some graphics of where everything is in the Fantasy League and the tables and things like that. But anyway, welcome to the channel. Want to say a massive shout out. Thank you very much to the patrons. And that's Ron Jones, Iota Thompson, Sean Fogarty, Philip Ward, Malcolm Horner, Ozzy, Ronnie Beaver, Unum Septium, SOS 2907. John Sense Pateri, Mike Bush, Connor Shaw, Addy, Michael Judge, Stephen Dempster, and Ryan Corrie. So thank you very much. Whilst I'm on that theme, if you've not seen it yet, episode 2 of the summer transfers is on the Patreon channel. If you want a sneak preview, here you go. 14 assists, shows you how good he is from the right as a creative midfielder. Still gets 6 goals, good at corners, good at free kicks. He gets a player rating on Football Critics as 88. 88. So he is just one behind Leon Goretzka on there. So I'd love him at City. I really, really would, because he is so versatile. We know he's a world-class player. 39 games, 6 goals and 14 assists. Amazing. But I can't see it happening because it's Bayern Munich. Which leads us on to the one that somebody did say, please, can you talk about him? Can't remember who it is, but a shout out to that person who said, can you talk about Manuel Locatelli? Well, Manuel Locatelli is 23 years of age, so in that perfect age range. There you go. That was that's a little clip, a little teaser clip of the episode 2 of the summer transfer targets, and on this one we talk all about midfielders. Even though how many midfielders, attacking midfielders, would we buy? Depends who goes. But that is on the Patreon channel now. It went on there yesterday or the day before, so you can go over and on Monday it was. You can go over and watch that full episode. I think it was 9 or 10 midfielders. I ended up changing. I reshot the whole video because I decided rather than 3 or 4, I throw in 4 or 5 others as well. So I spoke about a raft of midfielders that might suit City, give you a breakdown of their stats and things for last season, their transfer market target value, and also I gave you a rundown of what I thought out of 10 the chances of them coming to Manchester City. So if you haven't seen it and you are a patron, go over and watch it. It will be released on the channel at some point in the near future. But anyway, let's say hello. Let's see who is in. This is going to be a bit of a quick rundown of the Euros, and it's going to be a quick run through of the Fantasy Football League table as it stands at the moment. Jack Lee, good evening, Blues. Just had my vaccine. Excellent. Well done, Jack Lee. Eugene McGeever's on. England are going to play Germany. They are. We're going to talk about that. Feel for Hungary. They nearly qualified. I know from Man City fan from something that you thought, no chance, Hungary. Well, they nearly did. Hello, Addy. How are you, buddy? I've not spoke to you for a while. Cal Blundell's on. Hello, mate. I've been rewatching the Rijkaard and Pep days at Barcelona. Them 9 years were phenomenal. A sensational philosophy. The patterns of play were class. Xavi and Iniesta, Messi, Busquets. Wow. Great time. You have to remember that people always go on about, you said there about Rijkaard, and they were in a bit of a doldrums when Pep Guardiola took over. I don't think they'd won anything. They haven't won the La Liga, I don't think, for a number of years. Did not cut competitions and everything, as in success, I should say, rather than they'd not won anything. Yeah, there were some brilliant players. Sup Blues, Tyrone Douglas is on. How are you, mate? Is there a documentary from that, Cal? I'm sure. Well, yeah, I don't know whether there's a documentary. There might be something on YouTube, but obviously there is the Pep Guardiola documentary and the Barca Xavi, the one with Xavi and Iniesta and everything else in there. I can't remember the name. Or read the books, and it tells you all about it as well. Yes, Charlie, football's greatest teams on YouTube. There you go. So it's a YouTube sort of one. Evening Blues, SOS, how are you? Cal, so Rafa Benitez joining you then. Ooh, bit of a touchy subject that. Evening, guys. What an entertaining night in Group F. Goals galore, and even better, the Fantasy Football League. 6 points leading at the top. You know what? You don't hear. He's like one of those, and he's like a United fan or a Liverpool fan, Charlie. You don't hear from him when he's not at the top. When he's at the top, he's all over his social media. He's mentioning everything. But yes, Charlie is top. We are going to talk about that first before we talk about the Euros tonight. Andy, was this meant to be something night social? Andy, was this meant to be the something night social? Or was she working? I don't know what that means. Hey up, guys. Hope you're all doing sound as a pound. How are you, Noah? Hope you're well. Dudley Lewis, hi, Blues. How are you, Dudley? Hope you're well, mate. Me and it's a battle for me and you at the top of the Fantasy Football League. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ almighty. They go to the top or near the top, and they are just... they are all over it, aren't they? Andy Blue Moon's on. How are you, mate? Not spoke to you for a while. Evening Blues, hope you're well. Hi, Andy. Hope you and your family well. How's Stan? He's good, mate. He's all right. He's okay. He's getting a big boy now. We will play 5-3-2 to match Germany, you reckon? Rafa at Everton is disgusting. I'm absolutely against it. I want Graham Potter or I'm guessing that's Nuno. Espirito Santo, but don't think it will happen. Yeah, it's going to Rafa. Still in talks. They're still in talks by all accounts. But yes, I know certain Everton fans are not happy with it. But anyway, let's get on to Charlie. Charlie's obviously desperate for this, so let's get on to Charlie. Give Charlie his due. He's top of the fantasy football table as it stands right now. But you know what that was like? He was there for about 2 seconds the other day, and then it all changed. But he's back top. And Mingy Wong's doing well as well. So there you go. There's the latest Fantasy Football League. Let me remove it because I need to show you. I have gone from 4th to bottom. Oh, let me just remove that. Sorry, that's my fault. Let me bring that up. I'll remove the banner. There you go. Bottom. Absolute bottom. -2. Mind you, I'm not changing my team. I think I changed the left back, didn't I? I think Kieran Tierney out for Andy Robertson, but I'm not, because I can't win anything, so I'm not changing it. I just set one up as an automatic team. I'm not really messing about with it. I probably have to now that we go into the next round of games. Otherwise, I'm never going to score any points, am I? But yeah, well done, Charlie. Charlie's on 173 there, so 6 points behind is Mingy Wong on 167. Ronnie's shot at the table. He's on 145. Tom Hudson's on 127. He's been pretty consistent. Just behind is Joe Edwards on 126 with my lad Will Turner on 126. Pathetico Madrid. Ross has dropped. He only got 1 point. He's on 119, so he's going to have to pull his finger out like me and do some changing for the round of 16. Frightful Foden, that's Joe Edwards. Again, is this the same? You can't have two teams. He's on 115. If it's the same person, it might be somebody different. Euro 2020 11 from Lewis Yates. He's on 111 in 9th. John's sets Bateri Hungary Blue. He's on 109. Might have to change his name now. They're not going through, which is a shame. My other lad, 97, the Abusement Park. I think it's at the Pepula something. Nick Johnson, he's on 96. COVID under 19s, Jack Lee's on 92. And absolutely holding up this table on 72 points is me. Shocking, absolutely shocking. I might have to put a little bit of effort into it for the round of 16 rather than just leaving it as it goes. I've been too busy lately. I've had loads of work stuff and everything else, so I didn't even take a look at it. But I thought I'd do it tonight when Charlie was all over me with his I'm top again type of banter. But well done, Charlie. Charlie tops it. Me, you on, you're close behind me. Remember, there is a prize on offer for the winners, or the winner, I should say. Maybe the top three. Don't forget, going back to the community chat, I did post a comment was it last week or the week before the Euros, I did turn around and say that if you could name the finalists, there would be a prize on offer, and that will be City vouchers, Man City vouchers that you can spend at will, however you want to be. But that's up to you. And I did actually say it has to be before the England game, which was the first game on the Sunday. So if you posted after that, sorry, you're not going to be in it to win it. But there you go. Charlie's too desperate to see the fancy football team. He is. Cal, do you want Pellegrini? No, I think we'll beat those Germans. It's going to be a tough game. Hi, guys. How are you doing? Kamal, hope you're well, mate. I was meant to say you were working yesterday because you were supposed to. Yeah, I was. I did post on there saying, unless you wanted it at like 1 o'clock in the morning when I got back, and that's not going to happen, really. And I just crawled into bed by the time I got home, and I certainly wasn't going to set up a vlog for 1 o'clock in the morning. So I thought it'd be perfect if I do it tonight after the games are finished. It just made sense. The last 16 should be easy, and there are less teams. Yeah, it should be. But I said I'll have to change. I will have to change mine because obviously many of the players I might have in my team, I don't even know who's in the team, if I'm honest, are probably not in through to the last 16. But I'll take a look at it. But it's about who wins it. So well done, Charlie, topping it with Ming Yi Wong very close behind. So tonight, we sort of rounded up the group stages, and if we look at how Group A to B finished, we can see there. Let me remove the banner off there for now. There you can see Italy topped the group, played 3, got 9 points, 3 wins, goals for 7, goals against 0. Wales, well done to Wales. They had 3 games, got 4 points. 3 goals for, 2 against. Switzerland, who I thought were pretty they were disappointed. I thought they'd done better, and the big surprise was Turkey. I thought Turkey would have done a lot better than that, but they got 3 losses, man. 0 points, -7 goal difference. Group B, Belgium winners comfortably, 9 points easily, 3 wins out of 3, goals for 7, goals against 1. Denmark second, so pleased for them because of Christian Eriksen. But again, they won 1 game and lost 2, and they go through by the finest of margins because Finland lost 2, won 1, same points, but goal difference -2. And Russia, very disappointing tournament. I thought they might have been a little bit better than they were, but they weren't, and that's the way it is. On to Group C and D. Well, the Netherlands made it look fairly easy. Out there, 3 games, 9 points, 3 wins, goals for 8, goals against 2, goal difference 6. Austria second, so Lewandowski. So Lewandowski? What am I talking about? Lewandowski. I'm talking about... oh my God, mine's gone blank. It's late at night. David Alaba, I meant to say, is through to the next round of 16. 2 wins, 1 loss on 6 points. The Ukraine scraped in there. Really, again, Ukraine, I thought they might have done better. 2 losses and a win, but North Macedonia are always going to be the whipping boys of that particular group. On to England. Obviously, England topped the group on 7 points, 2 wins and a draw. Croatia on 4 points, Czech Republic on 4 points, and Scotland, sadly, I wanted them to, did want them to go through. But unfortunately, after all the hype, that's it. They're not going through. So there you go. Group E to F, if you haven't seen it. Sweden top the group on 7 points, 2 wins and a draw. Spain second, a right thrashing tonight of Slovakia. Obviously, we saw the likes of Aymeric Laporte and Ferran Torres getting on the score sheet tonight. They finished on 5 points in second. Slovakia on 3 points. Poland with Lewandowski, that's what I was going to come on to. Sadly, won't be going through and playing in the round of 16, so that's probably the end of his Euros and maybe World Cup, who knows, next year. But yeah, Poland, bottom of the group. Group F, France, after what was quite an entertaining game tonight, France versus Portugal. They topped the group, and they had probably the lowest points out of all of them, albeit it was a hard group. But they only got 5 points. Is this right? That can't be right, because that's not come up on there, has it? 1-1, draw. Oh, yeah, 1-1, drawn 2. So it's just that they've not put the draw marker in there. But 5 points, Germany on 4 points, Portugal on 4 as well. And I think everybody probably would have predicted France to win it, maybe, even though I've got Portugal as the winners of the tournament. France, Germany, Portugal, that was always guaranteed. Felt a bit sorry for Hungary. Thought they'd put up a good show, but sadly, they are going home, which leads us into the round of 16 fixtures. So there you go. June 26, we've got the Netherlands and the Czech Republic in Amsterdam. Kickoff is at 1700. Followed on the same day, a bit later in the evening, at Wembley, we've got Belgium versus Portugal, 8 o'clock kickoff. The next day, we've got Croatia versus Spain in Budapest, 5 o'clock kickoff, followed by France versus Switzerland in Seville at 8 o'clock on the 28th of June. There it is, the big one. Get it out of the way early. England versus Germany in Copenhagen at 5 o'clock, followed by Sweden versus Ukraine in Bucharest at 8 o'clock. So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on England versus Germany? It's going to be one of those, isn't it? Let's go back and see what your comments are. England probably would go with 5-4-1 to match Germany's 5-2-3. Not even a group of definitely all three make it out. It's not really Tyrone, I'll be honest with you. But it has, I'll be honest with you, tonight it has made it a little bit more interesting having that. I'm not keen on having tons of football. I'm not a big international football follower. I'm really not. But it did tonight. It did make it. It did make it a little bit interesting, because at one point, Hungary could have been in there in that third place. And it was like, oh, he was going to go through here. Germany going to go out here. And so it did bring a bit of jeopardy into it for me. But it's another fab thing, isn't it? I forgot to mention, has anyone seen Scotland's team bus up for sale? Yes, sir. I can boogie. Ukraine deserved to be in there. Yeah. Well, obviously, for Zinchenko wanting to be there. At least every City player featuring the Euro 2020 have made it to the last 16. And seems like City players have done well as well. Aymeric Laporte scored. Ferran Torres has scored. We had 2 from Raheem Sterling. I'd like to know who is, obviously, Ronaldo is topping the scoring list, I think, with 5, is he, at the moment? So, but yeah, City players have done okay. Ilkay Gundogan is still there for Germany, going to play against us on the 28th of June. So that's going to be interesting as well. But I don't know. What are your thoughts? What do you think? Do you think England can beat Germany? Nemesis, massive nemesis of England. We've seen it so many times. We've had a couple of games in the past 20 years where we've won the big 5-1. We beat them, but overall, even when we've been favourites, they beat us somehow. I know this isn't the team of the past, but they've still got plenty of good players. To beat England. England really needs to turn up. Now, I've said it on the previous vlogs, didn't I? I said, I think Gareth Southgate's a tournament manager, and he's got us through. We've won the group. It potentially could have been worse. What do you think? Do you think you would rather play Germany than Portugal and France? I don't know. Give me your comments below. What do you think? I'm looking at it thinking I can see Germany turning up. Who would I want to face, France or Portugal? I don't think France have been impressive. I really don't. I probably fancy us against France. Portugal are not too sure at the moment, but could come really good. We've already got the top goal scorer in the tournament already with Ronaldo. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Mingy Wong says, feel sorry for Poland. I thought they could get out of the group. Yeah, they didn't. If we beat Germany, we'll play the Ukraine or Sweden in the quarterfinals. We will. Euros is a snooze fest, Andy. Yeah, it's not my cup of tea. I'll be honest with you. But I'm watching it because there's no other football on. So Germany will be a very difficult team to beat, and we have to be at our best. Yeah, I mean, will we get better in tournament in the group stage in the tournament, Euro tournament? Will we suddenly become a bit more free flowing? I don't know. I'm really not sure. We're going to scam ourselves to another semi, aren't we? You reckon? Maybe. We have to be careful with Germany's wing-backs, especially Gosens, with them crosses. Well, Slabhead's back in it, so we don't have to worry about that. They just put that massive head in the way. One thing I do want to talk about is VAR. If you watched tonight's game, Portugal-France, I have to say, I did say, and my lad said to me, well, you said it was all right. And I said, well, I actually didn't say VAR is all right. I thought that the way the refs were allowing play to go on and the way that when VAR was used, it was done really quickly. I am still completely anti-VAR. I really am. That performance tonight from a referee who we've experienced it with Man City, I thought was appalling. I thought the VAR decisions tonight were absolutely appalling. The first one, my Lord, if that's not a red card from the keeper elbowing a player, I don't know what is. If that is a penalty, when it's the slightest of touches and he goes down in the penalty area for a penalty, my Lord, it's unbelievable. No reviews, no going to the monitor, no watching it back happened tonight. And then the final one, the studs down the calf inside the area. How is that not a penalty? And it's this whole, well, the ref's not give it, so we're not going to overrule him. That's what VAR is supposed to be. Now, if that isn't a clear and obvious error, I don't know what is. I really don't. I just don't get it. So still for me tonight, VAR has to go. It simply has to go. It's rubbish. It's absolute nonsense. It really is. Lahon's got a couple of these decisions incorrect tonight. A couple, I think he got all. I think he got three. I think he got all three wrong. Not a couple. I don't think it was a penalty. I really don't think it was a penalty for France. A little sort of tap on the arm, and he's falling over, and it wasn't an elbow in the face or anything like that, or on the shoulder. It was a fling of an arm out, and he goes falling down in the penalty box. I mean, it's like, come on. I think the one at the end was a definite penalty. Clear penalty. You can't scrape somebody down the back of the calf with studs in the penalty area and it not be given as a penalty. You can't. And the keeper one, yes, we've seen it, and maybe it was an accident. Obviously, he didn't mean to do it. But then the Mane one on, Ederson. I'm sure Mane didn't mean to get Ederson down the face with his studs. But he did, because it's dangerous. And that was dangerous tonight. He missed the ball, came straight through in his jaw with his elbow. Probably a red card, or should have been a red card. But it wasn't. Shoulder-to-shoulder unfair penalty for France. I agree, Kate Broom. If he's one of La Liga's best refs, we better be thankful for the likes of Magnin. Oh, God, we are scraping the bottle here, Kamal. We really, really are scraping the bottle because if that's the best we've got to offer from La Liga, then there's absolutely no chance moving forward. But then I did say the other day that I thought that I thought that the refs had used VAR when in use, fairly decently, as in it's quick, unlike the Premier League when it's so slow. But I think sometimes there's a bit of a buy-off, isn't there? You can't just be quick and get the wrong decisions. And I think tonight they they got the wrong decisions. So I don't know. Now, on to, let's see, is there any other news? This is from the Boot Room, and it says Romelu Lukaku delivers 5-word response when asked by Trevor Sinclair if he'd join Manchester City. This came from the Telegraph, and he just posted on Twitter, "I am happy at Inter." When Trevor Sinclair had said, "Fancy the blue half of Manchester, Rom." He seems he's happy at Inter, and I'd probably stay clear if I'm being honest. Let's see, is there any other little bits of tit-tat before we go? Tottenham, Lily White's offered chance to sign Riyad Mahrez in talks for Harry Kane, according to the transfer tab. They're saying, according to reports by The Athletic, during recent discussions between Tottenham and City over Harry Kane, Sky Blue star Riyad Mahrez was mentioned as a possible make-way amid financial uncertainty caused by the coronavirus pandemic and diminished matchday revenue. Swap deals have been touted as a possible solution, and I think it will be. I think you'll see quite a lot of that. This is now backed by The Athletic, who say that Man City star winger Mahrez was mentioned as a possible make-way for Kane during recent transfer talks. Now, we've heard from The Athletic quoting all sorts of everything from Gabby to Bernardo Silva to Raheem Sterling to Aymeric Laporte to everyone else. So, you know what? I'll probably take that with a pinch of salt, if I'm being honest. Wonder Kid. Let's see what this is. This is it's been going around for some time. If I can bring it up. Let me just get rid of that. And that is, it's in the, sorry, it's just jumped out here. It's in This Football, and it's about Joao Felix, talking about the possibility of a £72 million bid for Joao Felix. 72 million quid. I think it's going to cost a hell of a lot more than that. Let's see, 100% confirmed. What's this story all about tonight? Well, this is obviously City Extra. It says, Fabrizio Romano provides significant details on Man City pursuit of Tottenham striker Harry Kane. And in this, it is talking about, let's see, it's about the bid. £100 million plus a first-team player. Ain't having that. No chance. Not having that whatsoever. £100 million plus a player for Harry Kane. Ain't happening for me. Did you hear that 5 new officials have been promoted to the Premier League for next season, Andy? The top Australian referee has now come into the Premier League as well. Hey, listen, it's got to be good because we've got some absolutely garbage referees, Charlie. Awful. But that referee, if it's the one who's been on the, with the videos of them do it, I mean, they look great on YouTube, but in fact, they were trial ones. But if we were to see some of those Aussie referees, what they did in those trial ones where they recorded them, because that doesn't happen every game, it just goes to show you how good it is to be able to hear and see everything where they go to the monitors and things like that. Listen, they could bring them in from Uzbekistan. They can't be as bad as some of the referees in the Premier League. They really can't. So we'll wait and see. What we've got here, Belgium versus Portugal, 27th of June, 9 p.m. I am Belgian Man City fan, Kate Broom. Welcome to the channel, Kate. I'm glad you're a Belgian City fan. Obviously, you love Kevin De Bruyne. Garbage. There you go, Tyrone. That's Tyrone. That's what I think of that rumour on City Extra. Nonsense. Now, it says the last one before I go is on the Boot Room, and it's talking about Man City and Chelsea interested in one of the best defenders in history. the Premier League outfit lead the race. And it's talking again from The Athletic. It's about Raphael Varane. I cannot see this happening whatsoever. Now, obviously, he's entering his final year on his contract at the Bernabeu, and club president Perez believes he can do a deal for between 40 and 45 million for the Frenchman. The report goes against what was claimed earlier in the week regarding City's transfer activity. AS claimed the citizens don't want to sign a central defender in this summer's transfer window, even though Eden Hazard has claimed him as one of the best in the history of football. I just don't see it. Varane's a good player, nowhere near one of the best central defenders in world football. But what they go on today to discuss is they talk about the fact that we have got the likes of Nathan Ake, and we've got Aymeric Laporte. So you've got two players there, and Ake in his first season at City. You've got Aymeric Laporte, who's had injuries and has struggled to get back into the team because of the form of Stones and Diaz. Well, straight away, it's obvious, isn't it? Well, if they're not getting in the team, they need to go. They'll be the ones on offer, and I just don't see it. I really, really don't see it whatsoever. Pep wanting Ake for a reason, and I think he'll definitely give him another season at least to prove his fitness and prove his worth at Man City. Aymeric Laporte was exceptional the season before last, and he's left-footed. Why would you want to get rid of Aymeric Laporte? Now, that doesn't mean to say the player might want a change, but you'd want massive money for Aymeric Laporte if he wanted to leave Man City as it stands. So maybe there is something in it. I don't know, but I can't see it. Sell Mahrez, but not Spurs. I don't want Kane for any price. You're not a Kane person either. I don't know. I've been pretty harsh on him. I'll be honest. He wasn't in the top. He wasn't in my top list. He will be spoken about in episode 3 when we talk about strikers and forwards. I will talk about it. I did a bit of work. I haven't filmed it yet, but I will be filming it over the next few days. And his stats add up. That's the thing. His stats add up. He hasn't been great in the games for England. I get that. Wait until I do the video. Haaland, not okay. Not Kane, please, says Kate Broom. KDB, there you go. Obviously, you like Haaland as well. England versus Germany will be interesting. It'll be very, very interesting. Forget Haaland, another one not good enough. Mbappe is up for sale. He is a great player. What price PSG would want being Qataris versus the Abu Dhabis? The Abu Dhabi dues would have to pay an awful lot of money to get Kylian Mbappe. Would we want him at City? I don't know anybody who wouldn't want him at City. If you are one of those that go, no, I'd rather have Kane, say it below. But I'd be very surprised. It's just how much money. And I think in the previous articles that I read before, I do think there'll be a lot of swapping. So I'm not ruling out some of these rumours talking about certain City players might go out, might stay, might, do this, might want to leave, might be in part of the swap deal. I think because of the pandemic, that it's the sensible option. I think the days of sort of splashing out 200 million quid, I think they're gone for the time being. I think they're gone. So clubs are going to have to be really careful. City still have some money coming in the summer. So remember, we've got the Sané money and everything else, and other sales that we've made and profits on players and things like that. So, yeah, I do think if we are going to buy, and we're going to buy big, as in your 80 million, your 100 million pound players, I can see players leaving. I really can see players leaving. Who they will be, I've no idea. I've absolutely no idea. You can name your Laportes and Akes because it's the obvious, sensible thing to say. Your Benjamin Mendy's hasn't had a great few years at City. It's the obvious. You're not going to get much money for him. Aymeric Laporte, you would. Nathan Ake, you'd probably get close to his money back, maybe 30 million or something like that, maybe. But I can't see Pep just giving up on him on 1 year because of his injuries. So he's a utility player. Play left back, centre back, midfield. Aymeric Laporte can play in a 3, can play at left back. Pep won't want to sell these players. You've got the likes of Bernardo Silva, if the rumours are true, coming out and saying this, that and the other. Well, I haven't read anything concrete on Bernardo Silva saying he wants to leave City. You got Gabby Jesus, who was obviously going to be talked about as a mate weight for Harry Kane, because if they're selling a striker, they'll want something back. And if it's going to be a swap deal, the obvious person is Gabby Jesus. But I'm not sure even that'll happen, if I'm honest. You've got Raheem Sterling. I mean, how many times have we heard these rumours about Raheem Sterling? And every time he keeps coming out saying it's nonsense, ignore it. So I think you just wait and see. It's silly summer season, transfer rumours and everything else. It's just going to get ramped up. The good thing is the Euros are on at the moment, which sort of tempers it. Because if there was no Euros on, the papers every day would be full of just the most ridiculous stuff you've ever read in your life. It's just they've got other stuff to report on. If England were to be knocked out, I guarantee you, if we get beat by Germany on the 28th, for weeks after, every day is going to be full of the most ridiculous transfer rumours you've ever read in your life, because they've got nothing else to get the clickbait on. So I don't know. We'll wait and see. Right, let's just wrap up with your comment. Stephen, you don't seem optimistic. Stephen says, Mara, Sterling and Bernardo will be enough to buy Mbappe. I can't see that ever happening, I'll be honest with you. Aaron Narella City. Also, if Sancho deal goes through for United, we have a sell-on clause because it's 20 million. Yeah, it's around 20. Is it 21 million euros? I think it's 21 million euros. We'd get on top of that. So a little bit more money in the kitty on top of the Sane, which could bring us to about 65 million euros we've got as well. Also, I had my vaccine today, my first one. Also, there's 8 days left for Messi to sign a contract. No media are talking about it. Well done for having your vaccine, mate. Good luck with that one. Hope you're well. I'm assuming you had the Pfizer one, because they're giving it to the younger people. My lads had the Pfizers. But I had the AstraZeneca. I had mine a couple of weeks ago. My second one was perfectly fine. For my first one, nothing. Second one, 2 days, I felt crap, I'll be honest with you. But it seems to be the way. My wife had her first one, felt awful. Second one, last week, nothing. So good luck. Good job getting yourself vaccinated. It makes sense, mate. Man City transfers this summer is tricky, not going to lie. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We know that there'll definitely be transfers. Who it's going to be and how they're going to manage these transfers is going to be really interesting. Mbappe, great player, but will Guardiola ask for him? I doubt it. I don't think he will. Not on his money. Now, his money, I did a video a few weeks ago saying that the rumours were it's around about 500 to 600 grand a week. It's not going to happen. Simply isn't. I've not been following on transfers because they bought anybody yet. The Kane rumours will be going on for a long time. They will do. Absolutely will do. Evening, Ryan. Bit late, but better late than never, mate. Hope you're well. Sell Jesus as well. We have good strikers at City who haven't been given a chance yet. I can only assume, Stephen, you're talking about the lap, maybe. Sancho's sell-on is 15%. So there you go. So if it's, well, I think it's, well, what was it? I don't know whether the latest one is. Last I heard, it was like 85 million, there or thereabouts. So it's 12 million, isn't it? 12 million. Then, if that's the case, if it is 15%, I thought it. I don't know. I thought it was a fixed price. I don't know where I've got 21 million. I had 21 million euros from somewhere that I read. But if it is, well, it's not going to be that much SOS, is it? It's going to be about 12 million. Maybe it's 21 million with, I don't know. No idea. Don't know where I've read 21 million euro, not sterling, on there. But even if it's 15%, it's 15% in it at the end of the day for a player who didn't want to play for City. So these, and we'll have plenty of those this summer, I'm guessing, as well. I'm fine. Just Army saw none of that. Also, do you think City will buy a striker after Pep said it won't and Haaland price tag is lower next season? Well, Cal, I don't know, mate. I'll be honest with you. if you believe the rumours, and the rumours are coming out left, right, and centre, that it's £100 million has definitely been a bid. Definitely. If you want to believe those rumours, well, clearly for Harry Kane, if you believe those rumours, then what Pep said is wrong, and he was just pulling the wool over everybody's eyes. I do think they will. Yeah, I do think they'll go for somebody. I'm not saying it'll be a Kane or a Haaland or an Mbappe or something like that. It could be somebody else. It could be a player like a Danny Ings or somebody like that. If the feedback from Dortmund is Haaland is definitely going nowhere this summer, especially if they're selling. If Jadon Sancho is definitely on the market right now. I don't think they'll sell Jadon Sancho and Haaland. I just can't see it. It'd be a lot of money. You'd be talking 200 million in the bank. It's a lot of money. I just can't see it because you're getting rid of goals and assists and goals at the same time, and that's quite hard to replace two players like that because they won't spend. They'll have 200 million in the bank, but they'll probably will spend 30, 40 million on two more players to replace them because that's their model. If anyone, I'd like Jude Bellingham. I'll be honest with you. Didn't include him in the midfielders, but I like him. I like him as a player. He's a bit young yet, but he's a very, very good player. So, will we buy a striker? I think we will. Will it be a Harry Kane, Haaland, and Mbappe? Who knows? Don't be surprised. Don't even be surprised if City go in for another attacking midfielder and stick with a false nine with Gabby Jesus as an option up front. Don't be surprised if he does that and thinks if he really wants Haaland next year, if Haaland is definitely not going to leave Dortmund this summer, he might just skip over the Harry Kane thing. But the Athletic and all the others are adamant that it's definitely true. There is a 100 million bid on the table. So where they've got that from, I don't know. But we have seen rubbish written by them plenty of times. Howard Bellis is going to join Anderlecht on loan. Really? I thought he was staying at Blackburn, but that's interesting. Yes, that's actually quite. Where's that from, Bingy Wong? I haven't read that, but that seems a strange move to go to Anderlecht when he could go to Breda, another clubs on loan rather than Anderlecht. Maybe it's the company thing. I don't know. Maybe. I thought he said he was quite happy at Blackburn, and Blackburn seemed to be very happy with him, and he was quite happy to stay another year, but maybe a deal's been struck. Yes, Andy, the young ones who won the Premier League 2. Yeah. I just don't see Levy selling Kane. I really can't see him selling him. He's a stubborn businessman. He's very difficult to deal with, without shadow of a doubt. He's clever for what he does. Tyrone says, I hope we don't pay 100 million for a player. There would be enough ink for the journalists to write about City. Bellingham would come to City, you reckon? Do we need him right now? Who's he going to replace? Would you sell a Rodri to get a Bellingham? Because that's what you need to do. We've signed, obviously, Fernandinho for another year. That's true. Levy might not. He might not. Hi, Andy. Hi, Tim Smith. How are you, mate? And hi, all in the chat. Ryan says, I'm just waiting for pre-season to sign. Pretty sure Cole are announcing a new centre-back in the next week or so. Keep us updated on that, mate. To be fair, Andy, rumours in Germany saying that Dortmund want Andre Silva. However, don't see that meaning much. Rose, the new manager at Dortmund, likes two up front. Not very interested in the Euros. I'm not really, if I'm being honest with you, Ryan. It's not really my thing, international football. But I mean, I'm watching it because there's no other football on. And I've obviously got to do videos for the channel where possible on it. I just can't wait for the Premier League season to start so we can get back to regular videos nearly every day throughout the Premier League season. Yes, hello, Bess is going to Anderlecht. Vincent Company requested him. Oh, he requested him, did he? England coming home after next game. Yeah, well, there you go. Smash the like button, please. Thank you very much. It was reported in the MEM from Stu Brennan. There you go. I haven't seen it. I must admit, I haven't seen it. I've been busy all day building my wife's new website for a business, so I haven't seen anything about football. I literally walked in as the game started tonight. But there you go. I've seen that about THB. Yeah, well, at least he's with a player that he knows. So that's good. I'll be honest with you, I probably would have preferred him staying at Blackburn Rovers personally. Seemed happy there, played well. They wanted him, but obviously a bit of international football won't go amiss. And he's obviously he's got somebody there to look after him. Also, City don't do well with stubborn businessmen. That's why Koulibaly and Jorginho didn't happen. And Alexis Sanchez. Share on all platforms, please. Thank you very much. We see a lot of Man City visits to Anderlecht. Yeah, definitely Andy. Never been a big fan of Rodri. So you go for Bellingham and sell Rodri. Leave a comment below, please. Thank you. 31 in the chat and subscribe. Thank you, Tim Smith. View from Lookout. The Euros is like the younger, less focused on the competition after the World Cup. Rather, if it's internationals, follow the World Cup. The Euros is like the younger, less focused on competition after the World Cup. Rather, if it's internationals, follow the World Cup. I'm trying to work that one out, mate. But yeah, I think I get what you mean. Yeah, it is. Gotta go. Be safe. Thank you, Tim Smith. You stay safe too, buddy. I'm going now. But anyway, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. We looked at the Fantasy Football League table. And as you know, Charlie, in the comments, he's leading with Mingyi Wong very close behind, only 6 points, I think. I'm propping up the table. So I'm going to have to take a look at that round of 16 team and really make some serious changes to that. But it should be interesting. If you want to join, you can still join if you want to for a bit of fun. And let me just see if I can post can I post a link? Team Hub. Here we go. Man City Fan TV, Europa League, Team Hub. There you go. If you can log on. If you want to, and you still want to join in, there you go. I don't know whether that's the right link or not, but anyway, it's their dream team. It's Man City Fan TV, and if you want to join it, there you go. Or if you go on the community chat on our YouTube channel, if you scroll down about 6 or 7 posts, you'll see the link, and you'll see the. I should really post that as well, shouldn't I? Stop being lazy, Andy. Let me post it. And it is the code for the Euro. If you want to join it, it is Man City Fan TV. But the code for joining, if you want to do it, even if it's a bit late, but round of 16 or something like that, there's the code for it if you want to join and see whether you can jump above me in bottom place. I wish you all a good evening and good night. Thanks for the comments and bye. Thank you very much, Kate Broom. So we looked at the Dream Team. We looked at the Euro tables, each group, how they finished. And we looked at the fixtures, where they're being taken and the times that they're going to kick off for the round of 16. But as you know, England have got Germany. Again, surprise, surprise. Could have been worse. Could have been Portugal, or it could have been France. But as it stands, it's Germany. And as you know, they always turn up. They do. It's that simple. I've forgotten his name. The Aston Villa player will also be at City next season. The Aston Villa player, you're talking about Jack Grealish. You think Grealish will come? Or are you talking about Douglas Luiz coming back to Manchester City, even though we've sold him? I think you're talking, Stephen, about Jack Grealish. That wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if we didn't go for a striker and we bought somebody like Grealish and played with a false 9. It really wouldn't surprise me. It could have been Hungary at one point. It could have been. Very, very unlucky. But it is what it is. That's the end of the group stages in the Euros, and that's the end of tonight's vlog. So, guys, listen, thank you very much for joining, and go and join the Fantasy Football League if you haven't, if you want to. And also, don't forget, patrons, the video, if you haven't seen it, the summer transfer, episode 2, all about midfielders, is on the Patreon page now. So you can go over and watch it. And I will put that out at some point in the near future on the normal channel, so you can watch it and over the next few days, maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday, something like that. I will be doing another on strikers, and I'll be posting that out there. But take care. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon, and stay safe wherever you are. Have a good evening. Really do appreciate it. But take care, and we'll see you soon.